Hi there everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, myself Pratik, Raheja. This is the very first video on my YouTube channel, you can say. Around 1 year back I was shooting for a startup. I used to review cars. If at all I feel like, I will just list out the link to those videos in my description so that you can go out and check out what I used to do. There has been this 1 year gap in my last YouTube video which I recorded and which I'm recording today. Still, there was this long, deep-rooted wish inside me to get back to YouTube. I was missing YouTube, in fact, you can say. And voila, we are back. From the title, you would have got what we are here to discuss today. Before that, let me tell you who am I. As I told, my name is Pratik Raheja. I am a final year BTech engineering student who's studying IT, Information Technology, in SRM University or Institute of Science and Technology now. Located here in Kattanpulathur, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. As per the title of the video, we are here to discuss about the automobile scenes here in our country. Now there are various segments in which one can enter. The first one, you deal in new cars. The second one, you deal in used car. The third one, you deal in sort of a salvage. Now what do I mean by salvage? Salvage can either be the accidental cars or be the flood cars, the total loss cars, and all the things which has some sort of shortcomings which needs to be repaired and then be sold to the customers ahead. So as I listed it out, we would talk in that basis. In this particular video, I would want to talk about the new cars itself. And now at the very start, I would like to mention that why am I discussing about the new cars, why am I not straight discussing about the used cars or the accidental cars? Because there's a substantial amount of difference among these three. Difference which is related to you, to one's experience, you can say. And in case of new cars, you just need not have any experience about what is the car's situation. Yes, you definitely need to have experience in the automobile world, like what is the function of one car, what are the features which you can find in one car and what are the features you are going to find in its competitors. You need to compare two cars probably to satisfy a customer's need, but you don't have to be bothered or worried about what is the situation of a particular car, which matters the most in case of a used car or an accidental car. So come on, you cannot even think about it. It's all the situation which plays the role, right? So new car is the one which a newbie should be bothered about once he or she is entering the field. And today we are here to discuss about the newbies, or the ones, the freshers, you can say. Where do you buy new cars from? We buy new cars from the dealership people. What do I mean by the dealership people? The outlets of the showroom, like that of the Mercedes, BMWs, Marutis, Hondas, or whatever, right? To enter these places as a fresher, it's a little difficult. And like any other thing, it also requires references. So if at all you have references built up, you have links in the field, it's a boom for you. You can enter these dealerships and you can start off your journey that way. Still, you need to have a little bit of experience of how does the sales thing work. So you can have a hang of that. How do you need to interact with your customer? How do you need to coax and persuade them to buy through you and not buy through any other simultaneous same dealership who may or may not give him or her a better discount. So you need to have a hang of how does the sales thing work. Okay, let's not talk about the worst. Let's say that you don't have any links in the dealership industry. So how are you going to enter the automobile field, particularly in sales? Because business head or marketing, these things are something which you just don't directly hit up to. You need to have an idea of it, of how is the company working. There are many posts which definitely you can work on to. But me, what I entered with, let me tell you, I did two things to enter this automobile things. I used to write reviews for a couple of startups. I started making videos for one of them, which I mentioned at the pretty start of this video, which I will probably leave a link of in the description box below. And yeah, I used to write reviews about them, long reviews, and the short pros and cons sort of reviews as well. This was the way I entered the automobile thing, because I had a flair in automobiles, obviously. That's the reason I started this thing. And eventually, I entered sales. Why did I choose sales? Probably I was born Sindhi and I had that business thing in my blood, you can say. So that's the only thing I can blame or be blessed upon, that I was bestowed with this quality of sales, you can say, right? So, if you don't have any experience, how do you how do you get onto this field of sales, and how do you develop or nurture your skills and become a better salesperson or become a better salesman into this automobile thing? There is something called DSA, which is an abbreviation of direct selling agent. Now what does this do? Supposedly you take that you are a prospect buyer of a new car. You ask yourself, if you want to purchase a Hyundai i20 or Hyundai Creta or a Maruti Baleno or whatever it is, you might be having 5 to 10 dealerships. In a small city, 5 dealerships is pretty mainstream of a Maruti or a Hyundai. In a city like Delhi, in a city like Mumbai, 15 to 20 dealerships is peanuts, right? So, and these are the cities where there's the maximum amount of sales. The cash registers ringing of these particular companies, it's a boom if they're selling car in Mumbai or Delhi, because these are the places where they get the maximum sales from, obviously because of all the population thing, right? So, if you're a customer and you want to take a deal, what do? You will probably contact the dealership people and you will take a deal from them. You being a customer, how many dealerships are you going to interact with? So in a city like Delhi or in Mumbai, hardly 2, 3. According to me as a customer, if I was a customer, I have my home in one region, I have my office in one region. I would want, my instinct would straight call up any of the Maruti or Honda dealership which is near to me, near to my office, near to my home, so that it just becomes one more occasion to me while going back home or coming to the office. One day I just take the delivery, because nowadays all the insurance and financing people come to you, they do the things for you, so you just don't have to go anywhere. RTO thing is also being taken care of by the dealership people. So I would just want it to be done in the nearest dealership. But if at all I am saving some bucks, then I won't mind. If it's in a radius of a couple of kilometers or so, if it's in one corner of the city, I still won't mind picking up the car from there. Even if it's at a distance of 50 kilometers, I won't mind picking up my car from there, because I'm saving some bucks. Right? So here DSA comes into the action, because DSA is something who is in link with all the dealerships. Mark my words and trust me, all the dealerships. So what do? You contact a DSA, right? And the best part about DSA is that DSA never charges a penny from you direct for the services which they are providing you. In general, or in 90 to 95% of the cases, you won't be seeing a DSA agent asking you money for the same, right? RTO agent may ask, but DSA agent generally no. So DSA people have these discounts ready on their panels. Sweet spot, hot discounts, it's ready with them on the fingertips, because that's the work, that's their bread and butter. So you call up them, they give you the better discount on spot. Now I tell you a very practical and basic reason why would the DSA people be having a better discount than you being a prospect customer who's actually is a source of business to the dealership people. But mark my words, DSA guys are a bigger source of business. Because you being a customer, today you buy a car, you are going to next buy a car at a period of about anywhere between 3 to 5 years, we say, right? There are many people who keep a car for around 10 years also, yeah. And it's a possibility that you are going to use a Maruti product today. After 5 years, you would want to use a Hyundai or a Honda product. So you're not even returning to Maruti at that point of time. And nowadays, these exchange bonus things are there, which take up any car of yours. So you won't be bothering to call up Maruti also, right? After 5 years, when you're done with Maruti, when you don't want to use the Maruti product anymore, you would be just after a Hyundai or a Honda. But these DSA people, they contact with each and every dealership guys of different showrooms, Hyundai, Honda, Marutis, 4 to 5 times a day. Of course, they won't be converting all the leads into a particular successful sales lead, but still, there are hopes that a sale may happen. So, a discount which a DSA would be able to fetch any day, you being a direct customer won't be able to fetch. I hope you got the basic understand that why would DSA be able to fetch it better for you. So DSA is something you can buy your car from, right? DSA culture is very well widespread in cities like Delhi or Mumbai, because they are huge cities, huge metropolitan cities. I have stayed in Kolkata for almost about 10 years, so I can say that okay, the culture is there, but not widely spread like Delhi or Mumbai. And in Chennai also, till some extent, is there, but no, again, not like Delhi or Mumbai. In Bangalore, I don't know the market. Neither in Hyderabad, I know this new car market, because I'm in those markets, I'm more into the used car thing. But I'm pretty sure that this DSA thing exists everywhere. In each and every city, the DSA thing is there. You know, it's something like, he is our agent for the family. You have a common doctor. If at all something is wrong with any of your family member, what do? You have a general physician set up who used to look after your ancestor, who used to look after your grandfather, who used to look after your father, who is looking after you, and will be probably looking after your child. Not that particular person, but again, the doctors in his heredity, in his family, are again linked with your family, right? So, in something similar is this thing. The car guy, the DSA guy, the used car selling brokers, these people are set up, right? So, the DSA thing generally exists. The second way, how does DSA make money, is the insurance thing. The brochures which provide you the rates for a car also has the insurance rate written on it. But those rates are highly inflated. They give you discounts on that, but not as impressive as the discounts which DSA is going to provide you. In fact, from my past experience, I would like to share the discount scheme written on one of the BMW cars was 1,30,000. We did the same insurance for 65,000 rupees. So yeah, DSA people again have a cut with the insurance company, so they get a cut from there. Again, they are not asking any charge or even a single penny to the direct buyer. So direct customers again don't have a problem doing the insurance through them, because they don't have to pay any penny to them. That's again playing with the mindset. You're not shelling anything extra, and still the work is happening in a lesser amount. So you won't be having any problem going through an agent or through some firm who can get the things easier for you and at a better rates. The third way DSA makes money is finance. If at all DSA does a finance thing for you through some bank, private bank or government bank or whatever it is, they can have their agent set up. They get a particular amount for that, a particular commission for that. Now, why did I explain the whole DSA concept to you on the very first video? Because if at all you are a newbie, you are a fresher, I suggest that you contact these DSA people. Why do I say that? Mainly, the DSA job is of telecom. You as a DSA person, you don't meet your customers, you don't meet the dealership people. What are you supposed to do? You need to bargain with the dealership guys, get the best discount, keep a margin for your company, pass on the further discount to the customer. So what are you doing here? You're honing your skills of bargaining, both the dealership person and also the customer. So tomorrow, if at all you're going to work with the dealership people, you know that where are you supposed to save money for the dealership which you're working for, and you already are working on the skill of how to deal with your customer, so tomorrow you will be able to deal with the customer direct too. Moving forward, so DSA is something I would suggest newbies to join, because if at all you are committing mistakes here, it will be overlooked. Of course, you at your own level should not be overlooking any mistake. Every mistake you should be taking a note of, and you should try to improve it with every given time to improve it better. So what happens is that if at all you are committing any mistake, it doesn't create a bad name in the market as of now. But then before the dealerships and all, come on, you're exposed to the world, so you need to take care. You cannot commit a mistake right now. But DSA and all, there are n number of DSAs working, and along with that n number of newbies, freshers or young people working as a telecalling thing, as just a side job of theirs with you. So if at all you're committing mistakes, you're learning from them. It's a learning stage for you. How do I say that? Why do I say that? Because I have been working in this automobile thing for past almost 1.5 years now, and in that I had worked for a DSA only, a DSA startup only, for about 8 to 9 months, and I would have sold somewhere around 12 to 13 cars for them, I believe, all over the phone. My DSA startup was a Gurgaon based startup. I used to stay in Chennai and I used to do my work from here. So you can get a hang of it. If at all I have the experience of it, how does it work? I would have earned this experience, I would have learned, and that's the reason I'm stressing on it. A newbie should start a DSA before joining any dealership. So yeah, getting back to the point, having this DSA thing in your acquaintance, working for them, you come across the customers, you come across the insurance people, you come across the finance people, you come across the dealership people. So basically all the fields into which the thing is spread, all the routes which lead into the particular stem, you deal with each and every one of them in detail. Hence, working for some DSA would give you an exposure which you won't be getting anywhere. I mean, of course, the used cars and the accidental cars and all, you get a different whole new level experience, and you make way more money. Yes, you make way more money in case of the used cars and accidental car things. But those are some things which you should be climbing onto once you are done getting all the experience here, because money is not everything. Money is not everything. You need to have palpable amount of experience also. I tell you one thing, I don't know how you're going to swallow it down, but for every car Ferrari sells, Ferrari makes a profit of about 50 lakhs, right? For every car BMW, Audi or Mercedes sell, they make a profit of about anywhere between 8 to 10 lakh rupees. For every car Bentley sells, Bentley bears a loss of 30 lakh rupees. So these are huge companies, right? I'm giving you an example of dealerships. So these are something which are running from ages now. If at all money would have been everything, they would not have been this big. So don't think about money only. Being a newbie, being a fresher, being young, when your blood is really warm inside you, it's pumping, it's hot, probably your ego levels are also on sky high, you should never be bothered about money, attitude and ego. All these three things you should be keeping aside, and you should be really humble and wanting to learn as much as possible. There might be 1 month or 2 months you won't be doing any sale. Even if at all you're working for free, do it, not a problem. But learn something. Hence, I would like to wrap up this video here, and you can reach out to me on Instagram on my mail ID. I will list it out on the description box below. There are my forums, we can discuss more. Ciao, take care.